36,000 people. There's no way in hell that you can say that you didn't make mistakes or you didn't learn from this. And I give them, Paul Zubek is the guy who led it, who's a former senior member of the Attorney General's office, and was really at the tip of the spear in the state's reaction to 9/11, which is why we went to him to do it. I think he and his team, Boston Consulting Group, contributed to it, did a really good job. Headlines for me, we weren't prepared, either the state or the country. A lot of heroic behavior inside of government and outside of government to make up for that lack of preparedness. We didn't know at the time. You can look back in the early spring. Were masks good or bad? Was it on surface? Or if I coughed at you right now, or how would it transmit? We didn't have testing. We didn't have vaccines. So
exactly 4 years ago this week.
4 years ago this week, yeah. First case was the 4th, and we shut down, I think, on March 13th. Today the 13th?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's the shutdown date. So pretty sobering, and there's no other way to look at it. Jersey, and we talked about this a lot at the time, in greater New York, got crushed first. And you look at the data early on, we had among the highest rates of everything, including fatalities. I'm proud to say that over time that got a lot better, so that's a good thing. They have 33 recommendations. I'll make a little bit of news tonight, and this is hot. We've only had this for the past several days. We're going to stand up we took a whole of government approach to this pandemic. We're going to take a whole of government approach to the recommendations. So making a little bit of news here, we're going to stand up a task force co-chaired by the Commissioner of the Department of Health and by the Colonel of the State Police, respectively, Caitlin Baston and Pat Callahan. And just as Judy and Pat co-chaired the COVID committee early on, it'll be represented across government, and it will likely stand until my last day in office, because it's going to take us a while to chop through all these recommendations. Some of them are more straightforward than others. The public health infrastructure is a huge tabletop exercises, making sure that when the change administrations, there's an X number of days dedicated between Election Day and inauguration to exercises and prepping for this. So that whole of government commission will get stood up, and it will tackle in some order all 33 of those recommendations over the next basically year and a half.
It seemed that the more kind of surprising criticisms of the state from the report was that there was a plan and nobody knew about it, that there had been a plan from, 2015?
2015.
So what's to prevent, the next governor and the next head of the health department, a new regime coming in and not even knowing what preparedness you put together?